Did you hear about Google's paper on Soundstorm?
No, I must have missed it. What's it about?
Well, it's a parallel decoder for efficient audio generation, so it can even be used to generate dialogues.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like this one was generated by Soundstorm.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard that right. Google just announced the launch of Soundstorm, a powerful AI model that generates all kinds of realistic audio content, including voiceovers and dialogues. This amazing tool has got a whole lot of benefits and risks that are worth exploring. So in today's video, we're gonna go over all of it. In the research paper released by Google, Soundstorm is defined as a model for efficient, non-aggressive audio generation. Basically what they're trying to say is that this tool is an advanced AI model that can generate audio content that sounds like humans. Of course, we know this isn't the first audio generation AI tool out there. Off the top of our head, we can mention a few like Synthesis, Lovo, and Audio LM. But Soundstorm is quite different in the sense that it is more powerful and efficient than every other AI text-to-speech or audio generation model. For instance, Soundstorm's audio generation speed is 100 times faster than any other audio generation AI model out there. This means it's able to produce 30 seconds of audio in 0.5 seconds. When using TPU v4, which is basically a supercomputer for machine learning with hardware support. Yes, you heard that right. This intuitive AI model can literally generate a 30-second audio in less than half a second. Going by this calculation, it simply means Soundstorm would need only 15 seconds to complete the voiceover of a 15-minute YouTube script. That's super impressive if you ask me. Currently, Soundstorm generates the same quality of audio as Audio LM, but the latter delivers higher consistency and less lag time. While Soundstorm is exceptional as a standalone AI model, its capabilities are even better when paired with the text-to-semantic modeling stage of Spear TTS. In case you don't know, Spear TTS is a multi-speaker text-to-speech system that can be trained with very minimal supervision. So, basically what this means is that with a short sample of a voice, Spear TTS can create longer speeches, mimicking the sample voice, making it sound natural and with high acoustic quality. We'll listen to some samples in a bit so you can hear what has been achieved. By leveraging these capabilities, Soundstorm is able to synthesize high-quality natural dialogues in which the end user is able to control the spoken content via transcripts, the speaker voices via short voice prompts, and speaker turns via transcript annotations. Let's take a look at some of the example demos released by Google. Before we get into it, there's something we need to point out real quick. On the left-hand side of the screen here, you have the text section. In the middle, you've got the voice prompt, which is generated when a human user reads out the first two sentences from the text section. Where did you go last summer? I went to Greece. It was amazing. Once this is done, the rest of the text section is basically written and fed to Soundstorm. Oh, that's great. I've always wanted to go to Greece. What was your favorite part? It's hard to choose just one favorite part, but yeah, I really love the food. The seafood was especially delicious. Yeah, and the beaches were incredible. Uh-huh. We spent a lot of time swimming, sunbathing, and exploring the islands. Oh, that sounds like a perfect vacation. I'm so jealous. It was definitely a trip I'll never forget. I really hope I'll get to visit someday. So, by combining this text and the voice prompt, Soundstorm is able to generate the synthesized dialogue that you see on the far right. The interesting thing about all of this is that this AI tool doesn't really need to listen to the entire input audio to imitate the voice of speakers. With a single voice sentence from each user, it can create an entire dialogue that sounds realistic. From the official demos, we can see that a 3-second input audio is enough for the AI to understand the tone and texture of the voice, and it's able to mimic it nicely in the synthesized section. Now, let's jump right into the demos. First, let's listen to the short snippet of the original input audio.
Where did you go last summer?
I went to Greece. It was amazing.
Now, let's listen to the first synthesized audio.
Where did you go last summer?
I went to Greece. It was amazing.
Oh, that's great. I've always wanted to go to Greece. What was your favorite part?
It's hard to choose just one favorite part, but yeah, I really loved the food. The seafood was especially delicious.
Yeah?
And the beaches were incredible. We spent a lot of time swimming, sunbathing, and exploring the islands.
Oh, that sounds like a perfect vacation. I'm so jealous.
It was definitely a trip I'll never forget.
I really hope we'll get to visit someday.
Before I pass any comments, Let's see how the second synthesized audio sounds.
Where did you go last summer?
I went to Greece. It was amazing.
Oh, that's great. I've always wanted to go to Greece. What was your favorite part?
It's hard to choose just one favorite part, but yeah, I really loved the food. The seafood was especially delicious. And the beaches were incredible. We spent a lot of time swimming, sunbathing, and exploring the islands.
Oh, that sounds like a perfect vacation. I'm so jealous.
It was definitely a trip I'll never forget.
I really hope I'll get to visit someday.
In my opinion, that first synthesized audio sounds better because it just seems to have more emotions. But overall, the sheer quality and realistic inflections of both audio clips are just outstanding. I mean, when you think about it, it's hard to think of any AI tool that comes close. The closest thing I've seen was the Google Duplex phone call demo by Sundar Pichai in 2018. For better context, I'll play you a snippet of that demonstration just before we continue exploring the Soundstorm demos.
Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
How can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now? Okay, we have at 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa? Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
You can see just how smooth and realistic the Google Duplex AI system was from 5 years ago. So, you imagine how useful the Soundstorm tool will be when it's eventually rolled out for mass usage. Before we move on to explain the numerous use cases of this amazing tool, let's take a look at 2 more examples from the demos. As we did for the first set of demos, we'll start by listening to the voice prompt first. So let's start with this one right here about the Champions League final.
I'm going to Istanbul for the Champions League final.
That's awesome. Who are you supporting?
Let's listen to the first AI-generated and synthesized audio.
I'm going to Istanbul for the Champions League final.
That's awesome. Who are you supporting?
Liverpool. I've always been a big fan.
Liverpool is a great team, but I think it'll be a close match.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm super excited to be going there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Are you coming as well?
No, unfortunately I can't.
Now, let's see how the second synthesized audio sounds.
I'm going to Istanbul for the Champions League final.
That's awesome. Who are you supporting?
Liverpool. I've always been a big fan.
Liverpool is a great team, but I think it will be a close match.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm super excited to be going there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Are you coming as well?
No, unfortunately I can't.
Having carefully listened to both, I feel like the second synthesized audio sounds better because it captures the emotions and inflections of the speakers better. Moving on to the last demo, let's listen to the voice prompt.
I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh no, what happened?
Now let's listen to the 2 synthesized audio.
I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know. I just couldn't seem to fall asleep somehow. I kept tossing and turning all night.
That's too bad. Maybe you should try going to bed earlier tonight, or maybe you could try reading a book.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestions. I hope you're right.
No problem. I hope you get a good night's sleep.
I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know. I just couldn't seem to fall asleep somehow. I kept tossing and turning all night.
That's too bad. Maybe you should try going to bed earlier tonight. Or maybe you could try reading a book.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestions. I hope you're right.
No problem. I hope you get a good night's sleep.
Again, the quality is just mind-blowing. In fact, if I didn't know about this tool, I could have sworn that was a conversation between two humans. Of course, if you listen closely, you might get some hints that this is an AI-generated audio, but the overall quality is satisfactory, at least compared to what we get from other AI audio generation tools. And speaking of other tools, let's take a look at how Soundstorm compares to some of the competition out there. If you take a look at the baseline section of the research paper here, you'll see Google actually compares the ability of Audio LM, Greedy, and Soundstorm. To save time, we'll listen to the first of the audio clips and compare the quality. But before we start out, let's quickly listen to the original clip.
He must descend with his heart full of charity and severity at the same time, as a brother and as a judge, to those impenetrable casemates, where crawl pell-mell those who bleed and those who deal the blow, those who weep and those who curse, those who fast and those who devour, those who endure evil and those who inflict it.
Now let's listen to the audio generated by Audio LM.
He must descend with his heart full of charity and severity at the same time, as a brother and as a judge, to those impenetrable casemates, where crawl pell-mell those who bleed and those who deal the blow, those who weep and those who curse, those who fast and those who devour, those who endure evil and those who inflict it.
Audio LM actually delivers good stuff here. The inflections are just about the same as the one we heard in the original audio, and overall quality of the audio is impressive. Okay, so now let's check out the audio generated by Greedy.
He must descend with his heart full of charity and severity at the same time, as a brother and as a judge, to those impenetrable casemates, where crawl pell-mell those who bleed and those who deal the blow, those who weep and those who curse, those who fast and those who devour, those who endure evil and those who inflict it.
As you can see, the beginning of the audio is great, but from around the 7 seconds or so, the quality becomes really poor. It's almost like having someone with a chronic cough read out something to you. Finally, let's see how well Soundstorm is able to perform.
He must descend with his heart full of charity and severity at the same time, as a brother and as a judge, to those impenetrable casemates, where crawl pell-mell those who bleed and those who deal the blow, those who weep and those who curse, those who fast and those who devour, those who endure evil and those who inflict it.
Obviously, this is a million miles better than what Greedy generated. The audio is super clear, the inflections are perfect, and it's consistent for the entire duration. Picking a clear winner between Soundstorm and Audio LM would be a difficult task, but if I had to choose, I'll definitely go for Soundstorm as the winner of this comparison. We should also mention that Audio LM and Soundstorm have a bit of similarity. Audio LM's audio generation process is divided into 2 stages. The first stage is called semantic modeling, and it basically generates semantic tokens from either previous semantic tokens or a conditioning signal, like for example, a transcript as in Spirit TTS or a text prompt as in Music LM. The second stage is called acoustic modeling, and what generates acoustic tokens from semantic tokens. Basically, tokens are objects that are used as placeholders for another object site or abstract concept. With Soundstorm though, the second acoustic modeling stage is replaced with slower progressive decoding with faster parallel decoding. The integration of Spirit TTS into all of this is quite interesting because, like Soundstorm, it also operates in 2 stages which involve solving sequence-to-sequence tasks. The first stage, known as reading, involves mapping the input text transcript to a sequence of semantic tokens, while the second stage, called speaking, is when the system converts these semantic tokens to acoustic tokens. Also, Soundstorm operates using Conformer, a brilliant tool that combines convolution neural networks and transformers to model both local and global dependencies of an audio sequence in a parameter-efficient way. Overall, the AI model is specifically trained to predict audio tokens produced when given a sequence of semantic tokens generated by Audio LM as an input, and the quality of audio it generates is just as good as it gets. But while we hail this amazing technology and admire its benefits, we must also be mindful of the risks that come with it. Most times, when we talk about the risks of audio generation AI models, the focus is often around how fraudsters can use it to generate human-like voices to scam other people. However, this interesting article right here, The Guardian documents how AI models like Soundstorm can also be used to fool voice recognition systems. I mean, the headline says it all, but if you read a bit to the fourth paragraph, it details how a journalist was able to clone their voice. Using this clone voice, the journalists read out their customer reference number to a voice recognition system to access their Centrelink self-service account. It's actually scary because the voice recognition system doesn't recognize that the voice on the other end of the call was cloned. So, anyone else could have gotten access to the journalist's account with a cloned voice and the customer reference number. It's even more scary when you realize that the Soundstorm AI model only needs a 3-second audio to imitate a voice. I mean, I don't mean to be a prophet of doom, but if this tool gets into the wrong hands, it could be a real problem. If you scroll down to the research paper, you will find this section here titled Broader Impact. And if you read a bit into the text, you'll see where Google actually highlights some of the potential malicious applications of the tool, like impersonation and bypassing biometric identification. This is a good thing actually, because it means that the developers are well aware of the risks that come with using Soundstorm. But thankfully, they've also announced that any audio generated by the system can be detected and verified using a dedicated classifier. So, if you have any doubts about the authenticity of any audio at all, you can easily consult the dedicated classifier to verify if it's an AI-generated audio or not. In addition, tools like WorldCoin will also help us tackle some of these problems. In case you're not aware, WorldCoin is a public utility blockchain project by ChatGPT CEO Sam Altman that aims to build the world's largest identity and financial network. Think of it as a digital passport that can be used to verify that you're human while keeping you anonymous. This would definitely go a long way in tackling the impersonation and biometric bypassing risks that come with audio generation AI models. In conclusion, technologies like Soundstorm will come with a handful of applications. For instance, it can be used to create music and sound effects for different media projects. And who knows, I could even use it to do the voiceovers of this YouTube channel someday. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to AI Chronicles for more insightful videos like this one. And if you like this video, check this one out too.